Hi and welcome to this video on subsidiary views and subsets in Anaplan. So let's start by looking at subsidiary views. What is a subsidiary view? Well, basically it's a view within a view, so almost a module within a module, if you like. So for the purposes of this demo, I've created a module called actuals, with the idea being that you've got your actuals coming in from some other system, general ledger, and you've got a list of GL codes and the actuals are coming in against those codes. So I've created 3 line items. So I've got central office, sales and marketing, and what I want to imagine, and it's most likely this would be the case, some GL codes are applicable to my line central office, others will be applicable to sales, and others will be applicable to marketing. Not every one of those will require every single GL code. So if we look at the blueprint, the idea is then that each of these differ slightly from the other in their dimensionality. So the common theme is projects. So the idea is that I have costs against individual projects, but the GL codes that would be applicable to each of those lines could be different in each case. So the dimensionality is basically different in each line, hence a subsidiary view. So if I come out of here and we click on the little icon, so this is what denotes a subsidiary view. You can see it says open subsidiary view when you hover. You can see I have these GLs against my project against month. If I go into this view, now bearing in mind I'm still in the same module, that's the key thing. I have different items by my projects by my month. And finally, again, different codes, different items for this particular line item, which is relevant to marketing. So there you go, very simply, a subsidiary view is one where the line item has different lists, different dimensionality to other line items in the module. So that brings me on to the other thing that I mentioned, which is subsets, and that's what these are, because in every case I've got GL codes, but they're bespoke to the particular, relevant to the particular item that I'm looking at. So what is a subset? So here we are, here's my full list of GL codes. If we go here, you can see I've assigned a unique code to each of those, and you'll also notice though that I have these 3 extra columns. So by default in Anaplan, a list will always have the option to have a parent, and there will always be the option to have a code. You can then add any number of properties or any number of subsets, which is what I have here. So I've inserted my new subsets. I've done that 3 times, so I've created those. And then once I've created them, it's just a case of, in the grid view, I can tick which of the items in the list should appear in that subset. So in other words, a subset is just a way of making smaller lists from one master list. Now, what's the benefit of this? It's all really to do with space saving and efficiency. There would have been nothing to stop me creating the overall module with projects and GL codes. Okay, and then obviously I would have had projects by all general ledger codes. But the thing would be then that potentially I just have a lot of white space, because central office isn't going to have any of these marketing or sales related codes. Sales isn't going to have central office and marketing, and so on. But by creating those subsidiary views, a view within a view, I get rid of all that white space and I just make this really efficient. Yet at the same time, it's all actuals data. So maybe I don't want 3 separate modules, one for central office actuals, one for sales actuals, one for marketing actuals. I want them all in the same place, one module, but I just want to be super efficient about which codes need to go against which line items. So if we look at that in practice, I've published that to a dashboard, import actuals. And here are my subsidiary views. So I've published them each individually, and you can see, like I said, it's the same module in each case, but all I've done is by using those subsets, so the smaller lists created from one master list, I just make each of those views really, really efficient. So now if I update, I can see all three of my views within that one module updated with my actuals. So there you go, that's just a brief snippet, introduction to subsidiary views and subsets. We've got a whole range of other product demos and videos that we'd love you to take a look at. You can find them on our website, innovar.co.uk, or on our Innovar Limited YouTube channel.